Sean
Yeah.
is in the house. He's back. What's up, Sean?
What's up, Jason? How you been, brother? What's up, Mike Drop Sports? How's everybody doing out there in the chat?
We're living a dream. Good to have Sean back. Finally, Jason doesn't have to talk the whole damn show. Uh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. But good to
It's
have
been
Sean back.
it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, last night we were messing with it. That's why I was going to do a show last night, but hey, it didn't work out because we were messing with that. And we decided, hey, we're just going to do pre and post game show. Again, thank you to everybody in the chat. We appreciate you stopping through. Tom Ford, TD, Miss Pittsburgh, Daniel Warman, what is up? Mike Miller, Walter Lemley, good to see you all in the chat, my friends. Wyoming back in the house. But we're going to dive in here, Sean, talk a little Steelers pregame show ahead of this Week 10 matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Commanders. What's your initial gut check feeling of this Week 10 game as the Steelers try to improve to 7-2?
Man, I've just been so excited for this game. This is going to be a real true test to see if our defense can tighten things up and put us in the category of an NFL juggernaut, somebody that's going to go into the postseason and make a real true run. And I feel like this is it's a good game to kind of see where we're at. As long as if we win this game, nobody can say, "Oh, Pittsburgh hasn't beat anybody."
Yeah,
Today, if they win, that goes away, and that's exciting, my
absolutely.
friends.
Absolutely, dude, and it does go away, and that's something big to have in your repertoire of wins and your catalog per se. A win against the signature football team, in my opinion, a 7-2 football team, and Jaden Daniels in that offense, they can do some damage, but the Steelers can also do some damage too, guys. And let me get into the chat here. This is an important game for the Steelers today. I'm still upset that the Bungles couldn't pull it off a win against the Ratbirds. That's from Tom Ford, Miss Pittsburgh. Again, in the house. Wave those terrible towels here on week 10 for Miss Pittsburgh. Appreciate it. Mike Miller, let's go. Steelers #1, baby. Beat the Washington Commanders. Frosty, what's up, man? Nathaniel Sampson, Jason, are you going to do a Steelers versus Eagles game? Oh, yeah, absolutely, Nathaniel. We are here every single week, baby. Yes, wave that towel, man. I got this lucky towel still here on the. I couldn't move it. I'm not even using the mic, but I couldn't move it because of the Steelers towel. But yes, definitely, man. Agreed. This is the start of the test from Wyoming. Daniel Warman, what's up, man? It's going to be the toughest game of the year for the Commanders. James Bauman, what's up, Mike Drop family? Just seen Lattimore's ruled out. He is ruled out for the day. Mike Miller, you put in your chat yesterday too. 2110 for Mike. SC or SJC 3081. This is the best podcast ever. You know it is. Definitely. Thank you. We appreciate it. But we're here, guys. And again, if there's any technical issues, we're still ironing that out. But you can hear Sean, you can see Sean, you can see me. That's all that matters right now. So pop your headphones in and listen. And we're going to really dive into this football game. Sean did give his score prediction. Sean, what was that again?
Man, I think it was like 31-28 or something like that. I gave it
Yes, it
yesterday.
was. Yeah, and I couldn't remember. I meant to write it down here in the book, but I didn't have it on there. So Sean did give it, yeah, yesterday, 31-28 for Sean. You all can continue to put that in if you didn't give it yesterday. We will definitely appreciate it. Daniel Warman says, "Hey, Sean and Jason, great show. Bless you too. Danny George in the house. Get your game face on, Steelers family." Mel Mills, have you guys viewed the footage of Steelers fans and Washington good stuff? No, I haven't. Have you, Sean?
No, but that already brought a smile to my face because we know how Pittsburgh fans travel and they travel strong.
Amen. They do, dude. And what do you anticipate, Sean? We haven't got to talk to you lately after the Steelers here have reeled off a few wins, have really done some good things, in my opinion. And there's still a lot of room for improvement with this football team. Defensively, do you think this Steelers team is going to be up for the challenge against Jaden Daniels? The way he can step up in the pocket, throw into traffic, run the football when he has to, and do all the things necessary in the pass game with Scary Terry McLaurin and all his cast of characters, Zach Ertz, all that. Do you think this Steelers defense is going to have some opportunities to perhaps get some turnovers against Washington, who's only had 2 interceptions here this year for Jaden Daniels and 3 turnovers total? What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about the Steelers defense with a great defense this year, possibly the best in the NFL, arguably, but I believe in so. And this is a rookie quarterback. I know it's Jaden Daniels. I know he's the best quarterback to come out of last year's draft, but this is a rookie and he's going to make mistakes. This is a different animal when it comes to a defensive unit. So you got Cam Hayward in the center. He's going to be putting pressure right up the middle. Then you got the edge rushers that are going to be controlling the edge. Jaden Daniels is going to be forced to play a perfect game. He has to play lights out if he wants to come out here and win this game. And that goes for both sides of the ball. Pittsburgh Steelers also, they got to play lights out. So that's why I feel like the Steelers actually do have the edge in this game. We got a veteran quarterback. We got a healthy team coming back, and yeah, we still got some injuries, but a lot more guys are going to be out there. We don't have Herbig, but that's okay. We got that is it Smith, the new rusher.
Yes.
We'll see if we can utilize him a little bit. We got that new wide receiver. Is he going to help open up George Pickens? I have so many questions, bro. I'll try not to get carried away and stick to the subject that you're at hand.
It's
but
good, man. No, good question.
but I think that this game could go either way. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I have no idea. That's why I'm so excited.
Yeah, and Sean's score prediction 31-28. That's saying, hey, you think that the Commanders can definitely score points, but you think the Steelers can also. Do you find this game? I know what your score prediction is, but do you think this game could turn into a defensive struggle, or do you think that this game could be a blowout either way?
Boy, I don't really see it being a blowout. And I think that, yeah, this could be a defensive game for sure. Hopefully, it doesn't go too much like, we got 14-21. Like, I expect the Steelers to still go out there and put up close to 30 points. And my big question is, can the Steelers stop allowing big gash plays? We got to slow down Jaden Daniels and make sure he doesn't run outside that pocket today, man. That's a big one.
Yeah, and they got to deploy that Lamar Jackson type game plan, Sean, keeping Jaden Daniels under wraps. And Merrill Hodge even said it in his playbook, what we've been preaching all week. Merrill put that out, I think, yesterday down on the South Side. But what we've been preaching all week, and Merrill Hodge knows damn football, dude. He is very intelligent with his schematic game plans, what he's thinking the Steelers need to do, or any other team for that matter. But talking about staying in your lanes, doing your job, keeping yourself fundamentally sound with your assignments. And I think that, Sean, is going to be the most important thing for the Steelers defense today. And do you think that the Steelers perhaps, you see it, 3-9, baby, do you think perhaps Minka can grab that interception today that's eluded him for so long here in the last couple seasons against Jaden, who doesn't turn the ball over, but likes to throw it into traffic? Do you think the Steelers are going to be able to cause those turnovers like that in terms of interceptions? Beanie, Minka, Deshaun Elliott, those guys, Dante Jackson.
If Jaden Daniels goes out there and he tries to squeeze that ball in today, I think he is going to get picked off. This is the defense that I've been missing for the past few years myself. Like, I feel like that special magical feeling, it's there. This is a special team. And
Amen.
today I think that they can prove it, bro. And like I say, if he goes out there and he squeezes that ball, if it doesn't get picked off, it's going to get swatted down and it's just going to get shut down. We got, Joey Porter Jr. too. Like, these guys are lights out. And I love it. So I'm a
Yeah.
defensive guy, so that's my favorite part of the ball to watch. And I can't wait to go out there and see how they contain a guy like Jaden Daniels, who
Yeah,
I
it's going to be
also
fun.
think he's better than Lamar Jackson already.
Yeah, throwing the football wise, I definitely think he is. Guys, everybody's like, oh, this was a surprise. This is a surprise that Jaden Daniels could do this. I think it is somewhat, but we kept preaching all offseason that Jaden was very good and was being overlooked a little bit. And this isn't a shock whenever you see some of the talent that he is displayed for everybody to view. Let's get back into the chat a little bit. Roberta Campbell, good to see you. She says, good to see you, Sean.
Good
Cooper
to see you
gives
too.
13-10. Absolutely, man. Frosty, uh, where was it? Frosty says, a wave. Mike Miller, our strongest game is the Cleveland Clowns. Boo. You're hell on them, Mike Miller. You are hell on them, and they aren't the toughest test. They aren't going to be the toughest test. I think today is the toughest test thus far this season. But you got the Chiefs on the schedule. You got the Eagles. You got the Ravens. It's going to be far greater test than the Cleveland Browns. James Bauman, Wilson and Queen need to be strong in the middle. Absolutely. Daniel Warman, if Pittsburgh keeps Daniels in the pocket, make him throw the ball and the Steelers win. Mike Miller, you guys need to get the sandwiches called Danger Russ. Yeah, Sean can't get one. He lives in Hawaii. It's like 7 in the morning there.
Bro,
Roberta Campbell. What?
someday.
One day, soon. Roberta Campbell, I feel the Steelers can win this game. I feel it will be a good but close game. Tom Ford, man of steel. It sounds blasphemous being a Steelers chat, but I think the score will be 17-23 Washington. Tom, let's put Tom down. Tom Ford. He is going against the Steelers. He is going to say 23-17 Washington.
Tom, you're going to be embarrassed after the game, buddy.
So far, Tom's the only one that's picked against the Steelers here. Mel Mills, I'm hearing the Washington run defense is near the bottom of the league. Pound the rock. Yes, Sean, and I wanted to bring that up, and Mel brings a good entrance into this topic. The Steelers against this Washington run defense, I think that they can be successful, but they have to open up the pass game to loosen that up a little bit, in my opinion. Do you think the Steelers really ride Najee Harris today? Or do you think they spread it around in that backfield and perhaps still have a giant day on the ground?
I think they're going to ride Najee a little bit today more than the others for sure, because just his play style, man. He's going to go out there and he's going to run downhill right up the middle, and he's going to beat up on the middle linebackers, and he's going to wear them down. And by the fourth quarter, maybe go out there when they're sucking wind at Washington's defense and give the ball to Jalen Warren and then see if he can hit a home run.
Absolutely, man. Let's talk a little bit about the injuries. Tyler Ott is questionable, the long snapper, which could prove to be very dangerous when you don't have all your special teams groupings out there, Sean. I think that one could be something to watch, man. You know?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you don't have a long snapper, you're in some pretty big trouble.
Yeah.
Things could go south real fast.
No doubt. They also have 2 offensive tackles out, Andrew Wiley and Cornelius Lucas. They have a tight end out, Colson Yankoff. Their kicker, Austin Seibert is out. Cornerback Marshawn Lattimore is out. Running back Brian Robinson is out. Sean, the kicker, the long snapper. The long snapper's questionable, but the kicker being out, that's big, dude. Also, newly acquired Marshawn Lattimore from the Saints. He is out at cornerback, and their top running back target, and Brian Robinson, is out. Do you think the Steelers really are winning in the advantage here in terms of injuries, considering the only one listed is outside linebacker Nick Herbig, still out with the hamstring?
Well, it sounds to me like if the Steelers win, people are already going to say, "Oh yeah, you guys beat a banged up Washington team with half their team on the sideline." But you know what? That's the game of football, and
Amen.
everybody's dealing with injuries, and you know what? That's just the way it is. And I don't care who's out. Like this football team in Washington is the real deal, and it's going to take a lot of our defense stepping up to shut them down. Now, what I think gives us the big advantage is I think the Steelers have the best defensive line in all of football, and they got their tackles out. Yeah, I'd have to say that the Steelers should be favored to win this game, but oddly enough, they're not, which is a perfect concoction for a Washington ass whooping.
Absolutely. Guys, I got to say this. I think the Steelers cover no matter what. So if you're betting on the Pittsburgh Steelers today, I think that is a solid bet to make because of these injuries. The kicker being out, the long snapper being questionable, the top running back target out, tackles out, tight ends out, cornerbacks out, guys that would be definitely people they would lean on. This is going to create a different dynamic inside of this football game, Sean, and one in which I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are definitely going to benefit from. let's continue to talk about this defense for 1 second here before we dive into the offense and get back into the chat. The defense, Preston Smith, the newly acquired outside linebacker, guy that fits very well into a 3-4 defense from the Green Bay Packers. Do you think he makes a significant impact today on the defensive side of the football, just adding depth to that side?
I think that he'll come out and maybe make a play or two, but I don't really see him coming out there and taking over the scheme and being the biggest baddest player on our defensive unit today. I think we got T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith and Cam Hayward. Those three right there will be the majority of your playmakers. But I would love to see him come out and make 2 or 3 big plays to show me like, hey, this guy is going to bring a lot to this team, and maybe they can utilize him and throw him into more of the schematics in the future games.
Yeah. You just want him to come out today and pin his ears back and go get somebody. He plays very well against the run, and I think stopping Austin Eckler today will be a big one, big one for the Steelers. But definitely, I think the Steelers defense will prevail. All right, guys, make sure you're smacking the shit out of that like button here while we're on our live Pittsburgh Steelers pregame show and the best channel in town here on Mike Drop Sports. We have our friend Sean back. We're going to dive back into the chat and then talk a little Steelers offense and special teams. Miss Pittsburgh says Carolina is whooping up on the Giants. Can you believe that one? Any given Sunday? Absolutely, Sean. And that has to be the mantra for the Steelers this year. Any given Sunday, no matter who you're playing. And I know that sounds corny and cliche and just, whatever, but it can happen. And I think that the Steelers have to have that us against the world mentality and go out there and just believe, man. I really, truly believe that they have that type of team chemistry, man. And that is very, very hard to develop. And it's not always happening with football teams, you know?
And I think that's exactly how they feel too. They're coming into this game saying, "You guys all wrote us off. You guys all said we were going to be basement dwellers, 4th place in the AFC North. The Bengals, everybody is supposed to beat their asses, and the Steelers are supposed to just be the worst in the AFC North." When does that even happen? Like, that's enough to light my fire. If I was playing on the Steelers, I'd be going out there each and every week wanting to shove everybody's foot right in their mouth.
Yeah. What are they going to say when the Steelers all of a sudden are 7-2, 8-2? Are they still going to say, well, they don't have all the pieces. They don't have a reliable quarterback. They don't have a strong enough coaching staff. They don't have this. They don't have that. I think it is time to shut some people up in the national media. All right, Tom, we'll see you, buddy. Mark Malone in the house. What's up, Mark? Mark says 38-13 Steelers. Definitely a good score prediction, too. Roberta Campbell, sorry, guys, I can never pick against the Steelers. James Bauman, I think Najee but Warren going to hit something big out of the backfield. I think that one right there, what James says, Warren, man, that's a player I think you should be watching this week also on offense is Jaylen Warren, Sean. I think he can hit a home run from anywhere. But I want to give you guys my players to watch both defensively and offensively. And then Sean can give his players to watch on both sides of the football also. My players to watch offensively this game here this week are going to be wide receiver Van Jefferson. And I say that because I think he is going to be left open and left to do whatever he wants. And he is not going to get the most attention, considering the addition of Mike Williams, the emergence of Calvin Austin, and the way Russell Wilson utilizes everybody in that wide receiver room. I think Van could have a day in which he is highly productive. I'm not saying monster numbers, but definitely a touchdown or something. Also, Jaylen Warren is my other player to watch. And my third one, I'll give 3 on this one, is the return of rookie phenom Zach Frazier at center. I think that's going to be a big addition to this Steelers offensive line. So defensively, Sean, I'm going to say you need to watch Dante Jackson and the return of Cameron Sutton. And I think it's going to be a big day for young Keanu Benton. I think Keanu Benton could get up there and be a real run stuffer and a guy that is going to really have a standout game in today's matchup because of the way Jaden Daniels moves up and down horizontally inside of that pocket. And I think Keanu can definitely benefit from that. And I think Dante Jackson can definitely be a real star today. And who else did I say? Dante, Cam, or Keanu, and who else did I say? I can't remember. But anyway, those are my three. Sorry, I drew a blank. But anyway, go
No
ahead, Sean.
worries.
Who's your players?
I think offensively, Najee
Oh,
Harris.
Cam
Oh, go
Sutton,
ahead.
Sean. Cam Sutton,
Cam
Sean.
Sutton. That's
Yes.
right.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, Cam Sutton, that's huge, bro. But Najee Harris, I believe he's going to be a big one. As long as he just runs downhill, doesn't try to do the shifty work like Jalen Warren, just go out there, pound the defenders. If he runs hard today, like he has been the past 3 weeks, this is going to be a really hard team to stop today with that play action of Russell Wilson. I also believe that this is going to be another big week for Calvin Austin III, man. I think that they're going to find ways to utilize this guy and force him out there to get him the ball so he can blow the lid right off the top of that defense. Let's go, Calvin Austin. My third one on offense, it's man, I gotta roll with George Pickens, man. This guy's an animal. He's a playmaker, and if they can get him the ball, same thing. It's lights out for these guys. And on defense, I think it's going to be today's the day. We're going to see a play from Mika Fitzpatrick, guys. This is it. I feel like this is the dang week we see Fitzpatrick, baby. That's a sign right there. Jason's got the jersey on today. It's going to happen.
Yes. I
And,
don't wear this one often, Sean. This one's a rare one.
I think it's the magic moment today. I really do. So with Mika Fitzpatrick out there, I want to be keeping my eyes on Peyton Wilson. I want to see how he's developing. Is he running around and making big plays? I want to see tackles for losses from Peyton Wilson. I want to see him bringing people down behind the line of scrimmage. And my third person, you know what? It's just going to have to be Cam Hayward. I'm going to see another sack from the big guy, Cam Hayward, up there and just block in the middle of the line, not allowing anybody to run up the middle. That's going to be my big contributing factor on defense. Those three guys right there.
Nice. I love it. And there's been a sign, Sean, from the gods, well, from the God, that something that has been staring me in the face for the first 21 minutes, 22 minutes of this show. 83. 83. And who wears number
Ooh.
83?
I was gonna.
Connor Hayward. It's a
That's
sign
right.
from the gods, my friend. A 1983 program sitting here on the mic drop desk saying, Connor Hayward, baby. Connor Hayward.
Absolutely, bro. And I almost said Pat Fryermuth because I feel like he's going to do something today too that's going to compete. I feel like it takes a team to build a dream. Everybody's going to bring something to the table, but the guys that we're talking about, we feel like there's just going to be that extra special, bringing that fire to the game and just bringing the rest of the team together and just keeping that morale up. And these are the guys that's going to do it.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're about 23 minutes into the show here on our Steelers Live pregame show. Make sure you're beating the shit out of that like button. All you got to do is double tap the screen. It's free. It helps the show, sends us out into the YouTube algorithm so everybody can enjoy the best Steelers show in town here on Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live, baby. So make sure you're hitting that like button for us. It's free. It's easy. It's cheap. It's cheap, baby. Shit is cheap, bitch. I love it. All right, let's get back to the chat. I think Najee, but Warren's going to hit something big out of the backfield from James Roberta Campbell. I just hope they don't have Najee going side to side. That's not his strength. Absolutely, you got to get square, hit the holes today. That's how you defeat this Washington Commanders team. There can't be any dancing up there, guys. It has to be a very, very hard hitting, hit the hole square type thing. I'm going to write Walter Lemley score down. Walter says 34-24. Pittsburgh TD. If the kicker is out, then a lot of fourth down. Go for it. Yeah, Sean, if the kicker is out, you know they brought somebody in to replace him, I'm sure. But do you see the Commanders getting risky and going for it a lot on fourth down today?
I do, maybe in the second half of the game. The first half of the game, I can see them trying to be more conservative with that because, this is a scary defensive unit they're going up against. And, boy, you better have a lot of trust in your offensive unit if you're going to try to go on fourth down against the Pittsburgh Steelers today.
Yes, no doubt. No, Daniel, Herbig is not out for the year. Let's keep going.
I bet he comes back next week. That's my prediction.
I would say he's close. I really hope they use Mike Williams. He's perfect fit for the offense. I think Preston Smith will help give TJ Watt breaks instead of playing the whole game. That's from Fishing Frontier. I think that could very well happen. Roberta Campbell. Plus, remember, they are NFC first in their division. I would say they might be more cautious today, not to have more injuries and sure team wants to win. But yeah, I agree, man. Most TV sports analysts definitely have the Steelers last in our division. They suck. They don't know what they're talking about. Fishing Frontier. If I played for the Steelers, I would want to beat the F out of the Ravens and win the division. Absolutely. Roberta loves how Jalen Warren runs. Let's go freaking win today from Miss Pittsburgh. Wave that towel. Mel Mills. I think Patterson has a couple explosive plays today. Roberta, I think they should use Connor more. All you guys' picks are good. John Broadway, I'm ready. Jens, TJ Watt, strip sack and touchdown from downtown. Yes,
Downtown.
absolutely. The addition back to the lineup of Cordell Patterson, Sean, do you think that he will have a couple big plays today in his return?
That guy hits the hole so hard every dang time he runs the ball, and it's almost hard to just say, no, I don't see anything coming from him today. Like, I absolutely 100% expect Patterson to be out there moving those chains today. And it'd be nice to see him break loose and run a 60, 70 yarder to the house. What's up,
That'd be nice.
downtown? What's up,
That'd be
downtown, John
nice.
Broadway? Yeah.
Downtown.
You know who else? I think it's another thing we should all look out for today is we should be looking to see not a single penalty from Broderick Jones. That would
Yes.
be a huge step in the right direction.
Please, please, football gods, please allow Broderick not to have a shit ton of penalties. That's his problem, Sean. When you have those penalties, you get in your head, you can't get out of it, and you make mistakes. And that's what is plaguing Broderick Jones, a guy that had 2 penalties last year while starting, and you're seeing tons of penalties from him now, and that's screwing his game up. But hey, hopefully that fixes itself a little bit. But offensively, do you see this offensive line now after coming out of the bye week? Do you see them actually being a little bit better and starting to build in this back half of the season?
I mean, you said it all already, man. They got Zach Frazier coming back out there, so that makes them better immediately. That guy was the best center that came out of the draft last year, as Jason's been telling us week in and week out, and that's a huge thing to have when you got a guy out there to go that you don't hear his name all game long because he's not making any mistakes. He's just making block after block. The guy's a monster. He doesn't allow anything to come down through the middle, and he's just such great protection and. That right there alone makes this line better. So yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see, I think, better like Najee. All of our running backs are gonna have better, more yards than what they've had previously, and we're also gonna see better pass protection for Russell Wilson to go out there and run a good play action offensive schematic today. This is going to be a tough game for Washington too. Like, God, this should be game of the week, bro. Like, this should be
Yes.
like, and you know what? They're not airing it out here in Hawaii. They're giving us the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs, and then the Niner game. I'm so disappointed with that, but that's why I'll just be tuning in with my radio and listening with my headphones on, and I'll make do with the best. And that's all. If that's all I got, then that's all I got. At least I can still hear the game. And hopefully you guys enjoy the game seeing it. I wish I could watch it with you.
No doubt, man. Hey, you'll know what's going on the whole way, though. They do a very good job on the Steelers broadcasts and shit like that. So that's definitely
They
a
do.
good way to listen. And too, you can watch other games while you're doing it. So it makes it for a fun football Sunday. Daniel Warman or James Bauman says, I think Elliott and TJ come up big on defense today. Yeah, I think you're right, James. Daniel Warman, Joe Burrow win MVP on a terrible coach team. Joe Burrow's carrying that team, guys. Yeah, that might happen, Daniel. Roberta Campbell, they just showed TJ stars so far this season. I didn't realize TJ had 6.5 sacks. Yeah, his sack numbers are down, but his presence is still known, Sean. Big play after big play. He just figures out ways to be a major contributor, and that's why he is the best defender in the league. Do you look to see a big game from TJ coming out of the bye week this week?
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to keep him out of the game. He's going to make an impact on the game one way or another. If he's not doing it by sacking the quarterback, he's doing it by punching a ball out of the running back's hands or tackling for a loss or taking a whole side of the field away from their offensive scheme. They're going to be forced to go to the opposite side, which, it kind of keeps you limited. It's going to be a limited offensive game plan that they're going to have if they're going to try to avoid one player on our defense the whole game. That says a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. Daniel says Hendrickson has 11 sacks. Yeah, he's got a good many, man. James Bauman, do you think that Broderick wearing that elbow brace, maybe he wasn't ready at the beginning of the year? Yeah, but he said he's fine. I think it was a problem. We've said it a million times here, James, that I think it was an issue, but hey, you never know. Downtown says starting up blood pressure passions by being here on the drop Mike Sports, the Steelers fan. Absolutely. XYZ streams, Sean. XYZ stream, Sean. You might be able to watch it.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll check into that, Mel Mills. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, there you go. Giants and Panthers is going into overtime. Oh my God, that's from Miss Pittsburgh. Hey, can't beat it. All right, Sean. Hey, everybody, make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button. I need to see those likes going up for the return of Sean here on a Sunday. Thankfully, we got him back in and rolling, and we'd like you guys to hit that like button and light it up. We appreciate it. But we are diving in again here on our Steelers pregame show. We'll go for about 40 minutes, probably, guys. So we got a show after this game. We're going to do a post game show. So we'll try to limit it here, let everybody go get ready for the game. But Sean, special teams wise, do you continue to see big things out of Corliss Waitman and Chris Boswell in this special teams group?
Yes, that's just a special unit for the special teams.
Yeah,
The special
special.
teams is a special unit, baby, and yeah, they're going to continue to go out there. The Boz is the Boz. He's going to continue to keep making his field goal kicks unless they ask him to kick a 65-yarder again or whatever it was. That's a big tall order. But yeah, dude, we got probably the best special teams unit in the whole NFL, so I expect to see them make a play today for sure.
Absolutely. Eddie Edro says our best pickup this year in the offseason, the trade with the Panthers for Dante Jackson. We haven't had two lockdown corners in a long time. That's my opinion why we have been so good this year. Yes, it was a good trade, and a lot of people thought it was a bad one because of Deontay Johnson being sent to the Panthers. But they wouldn't have traded him if he was such a great, significant contributor there. They just wouldn't have. But anyway, it is what it is. But yes, I think Dante Jackson being here, also the addition of Deshaun Elliott has been huge for the Steelers defense. But we'll see if they continue to mesh well, continue to get this act together defensively, and just get stronger and stronger as the year goes on. Yay, Sean is back from Miss Pittsburgh. John Broadway yells, yeah, Sean, wave that towel. Daniel Warman, the Steelers need to come out aggressively and control the offensive line. Bless you. Yeah, Sean, I think that is a key to victory, controlling the offensive line, but controlling that time of possession. Mike Miller says if we win this, I would buy everyone a beer like a commercial Coors. Wave that
I'm gonna
towel,
hold you
Sean.
to that. I'm gonna hold you
Yeah,
to that, bro.
yeah, you're gonna be sending a lot of damn Venmos, bro. All right, guys, let's dive in. I want to get Sean's keys to victory, what he thinks is going to matter most for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'll give you mine here as we sit right before kickoff. Sean, your gut check keys here on a Sunday in week 10.
You gotta control the edges today on defense. The Steelers need to control the edge. Don't let them run the ball outside. Don't let Jaden Daniels outside the pocket. I think that's gonna be huge. Um, and gosh, they gotta control the clock today. I think
Yeah.
today is going to be all about running the ball, controlling the clock, and wearing down that defense for our offensive side. So on our defensive side, contain the edges, just control it the whole game. Offensive side, run the ball, control the clock. I think that can lead to a victory.
I think so too. And that's kind of Steelers football, the way they want to control these games, the way they want to play these games. I think that Sean is exactly right. Time of possession, eating up that clock, allowing the run game to eat, but also making sure that you hit those splash plays when they're there and not allowing those opportunities to pass you by. I think if you see 20 to 25 passes from Russell Wilson today, the Steelers win. If Russ throws the ball 40, 50 times, Steelers lose this game. I think that the Steelers definitely want to control it and limit the chances of Jaden Daniels on offense. And I think that that has to be their definite key to winning this game. Limit Jaden Daniels and that offense from being out on the field by controlling the line of scrimmage and controlling the time of possession. Defensively, you're right. Edges got to be protected, but also staying in your lanes, doing your job, not getting out of position. That is the way you beat these athletic quarterbacks, guys. Everybody has to be in their position. Stay home. Don't try to be a hero today because the ball finds good players. So you don't have to worry about that. Just attack and stay in your lane. Stay doing your job. That's what I think is definitely the key to success. The post-game show, Wyoming, will be about 10-15 minutes probably after the game. We'll give them time for their media availabilities and all that shit to be over. And then we'll probably do it maybe 15-20 minutes after the game, allowing those reporters to get into the locker room, talk to the team, and then we will hit it up, man, and talk about hopefully what is a big Pittsburgh Steelers win. Stop the big play, nothing over our heads. That's been Washington's strong point from Eddie. Yeah, no doubt about it. And that comes with staying in your job, doing your job, staying disciplined in your assignment, man. I think that that is of utmost importance. That way, nobody gets behind you. You're not giving those plays up. All right, Sean, we're going to start wrapping it up here. Any closing thoughts here as the Steelers embark on this journey to become 7-2?
My closing thoughts are let's not all go out there and have a stroke or a heart attack. Let's just remain calm no matter what happens during the game. And when I say that, I mean like if this comes down to a overtime game and we got to kick a 55-yarder at the end of the game, just remember to not panic. It's fun. Let's not get too emotionally wrapped
Huh.
up with the emotions because us Steeler fans we're invested in this team emotionally. So sometimes I'll find myself sweating at the palms and like biting my nail and sitting on the edge of my seat, and I got to remind myself to just sit back, relax, and enjoy these games. And that's what I want to leave you guys with. Let's enjoy this game today.
Absolutely. Remember, Sean, XYZ stream, so Sean can watch that game hopefully from there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
But
thank
again,
you, Mel.
guys, yeah, man, that's just it. Don't panic because the Steelers always start slow. That's just the way they are. Maybe that'll be a little bit different today, but don't panic. And remember just what Sean said. If it comes down to a overtime game and a field goal needed by Chris Boswell, who has their kicker and who doesn't? That is a
Mm.
big one there, man. And that could prove to get the Steelers out of that stadium with a W. So make sure you keep your eyes on that special teams group. And also, that could come into play big, Sean, during the game whenever, maybe they're exchanging field goals. Maybe they miss a couple, and fall behind there. That could be a big turning point here for Danny Smith and that special teams unit of the Pittsburgh Steelers that's been oh so good. All right, guys, make sure you join us right about 20 minutes, we'll say, after the game. We'll give everybody time to decompress, and then we'll talk Pittsburgh Steelers football. And again, hopefully with what is a big win. It was good to have Sean back here on the pregame show, and we will be back with the postgame show, God willing. No technical issues. Please. All
Thank
right,
you.
man. Yes. Thank you, Sean, man. We appreciate having you back, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on again. Once again, thanks, man.
No problem, guys. All right, man. We'll see you after the post game show, and hopefully, you have a 7-2 football team, guys. So until then, I'm Jason. That's Sean. This is Mike. Drop Sports. Peace, my friend. See you guys.
Later.